Okay guys, today we are going to do a Ryobi full crank 2-cycle. I don't see any models on it. It's from their expanded line. We're going to do the fuel lines and primer ball on this thing. Alright, so first pop this air filter off. Get it out of the way. Then T25 or a flathead screwdriver. Take those 2 screws out. Now we got these out. The throttle cable's hooked right up to the intake, so we'll bend this back and grab this hook right here with a needle nose and pop it out. Actually comes out pretty easy. Just gonna pop it right out. Then you pull this right on out, get it out of the way. You're gonna need 2 hands. Okay, now there's a bunch of dirt on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it off. We'll put the carb cleaner on the in the description, along with the primer ball, fuel lines, everything that you may need for this job. I haven't yet been able to find. Oh no, this kind I can get. So I'll make sure you got this carburetor and everything on the description. Anything you might need to do this kind of a job. Okay, then we're going to remove the fuel lines. All right, we're going to remove these 4 Phillips head screws to be able to get this primer ball off. Get the new primer ball in it, reinstall it back down. This end right here goes away from the nipples. Alright, now we got the primer ball in place. We're going to go ahead and attack the fuel lines. Go ahead and take the gas cap off. You're just going to pull it straight out. Just get it out of the way. Oh, it broke. Usually it'll pop right out. That one broke off, whatever. I'll find a gas cap in the description for you. Now the inside one here is the return line. It'll pull right out. This line right here I'm going to cut off short, and I'll reach in with my long needle nose pliers and grab it. That's the one that's got the filter. I'll reach in there and grab it and pull it out. Now some of you won't have these long needle nose, and these really do help a lot doing this job, but just in case you don't, just take a piece of metal, bend it in a hook, reach in there and loop the fuel line and pull it out. Now these come with these little nipple things. I'm not going to use this. Like, this one broke anyways. It's probably half the issue. But I'm not going to be using them. I go straight with the fuel line. Now I buy my fuel line by a huge roll, so I'll be using a different type than you. But in the description I'll have the fuel line that you'll need. It'll be a short length, all you really need. My roll is $100 and something. You know, it's like $150 a 100-foot roll or whatever. You know, yours will be much cheaper. You're looking at $20 for the whole kit with carburetor and everything. All right, anyways, we're going to, wait a minute, do I got my oil around here? Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so we're going to cut the fuel line to a point, and then we're going to dip it in oil, and we're going to force it in the furthest right hole with a pair of needle nose as far as we can go. Not as far as you can go, just, you know, an inch or 2, just so it's actually inside the tank. Then we're gonna put the carburetor back where it would naturally go. So we need the fuel lines to end, you know, over here, you know, around this area. So bring the fuel line up to, I guess, about to the center of this intake right here. Looks good, and we'll cut it off. Cut the fuel line into a point again. Dip it in the oil. Stick it in the closest hole. The reason I'm doing this one in the closest hole, this is going to be the one that takes the fuel filter. So you're going to use your needle nose to push it down in a little bit, and then it's going to be right, come on, get in there. There we go. And then it's going to be right inside the gas tank. Easy for you to grab with your needle nose, pull it right out of the gas tank. So you'll want about 6 or 8 inches out of the gas tank. You know, just get it out. Cut the tip off. Alright, let me go get my filter. Alright, so a nice new filter. You're going to dip that right down into the oil, get the nipple nice and oiled up, and you're going to force it right into this fuel line. Now we're going to take the filter, we're going to stick it back into the tank like this. We want it to sit right on the bottom of the tank. That's a little too long. We'll pull it out. We want just a bottom center, yeah, right like that. Bottom center of the tank, just like so. Alright, then we're going to cut this one, same length as that one. Remember, the one on the left is the filter. Okay, the filter line, which is the one on the left, is going to go to the top barb. That is your suction. So go ahead and dip that in the oil. might as well dip them both in the oil because you're going to do the other one on the other side. So this one goes to the filter line, which is on the left. Then the return line is going to go on the bottom, the other barb. Okay, now we're going to reinstall the air filter assembly onto the carburetor. Make sure you've got this gasket. It goes between the engine and the carburetor. It's very important. This will not run right without it. And then screw this carburetor back onto the intake manifold. Now when you got this hooked on, you're going to make sure your choke arm's up. You're going to go and hook the throttle back up. Just throttle it back up, pair of needle nose, grab that hook and set it back into the hole. Okay, and then we're going to put the air filter back on. Make sure it's clean. If you've got to, you can rinse it out with gasoline and dry it, squeeze it dry, and then set it in the sun, let it dry the rest of the way. The kit I give you will have everything you need in it as well. This has 2 holes in the bottom that fit right into those notches. So set them in there and then up, and it clicks into place. Put gas in it, gas cap, prime it up, fire it up, and go. Alright guys, that's how you do the fuel lines and primer ball, and even replace the carburetor if you have to. The kit that I'll put on the list will have a brand new carburetor on it. It's under 20 bucks, totally worth doing. For a 2-cycle Ryobi full crank, there's no model number on this thing, so it looks like that. Alright, if this helped you in any way, shape, or form, hit the subscribe button, share it, give me a thumbs up, anything fun like that. Today's t-shirt. Peace.